So the real story comes in Marin County, Northern California in 1971. So 5 teens who went to San Rafael High School back in the day started a new ritual where they would meet outside at the Louis Pasteur statue on the school campus every day at 4:20 and burn one. So 4:20 was the time they could actually get there after extracurricular activities let out. You know, football gets out at 4, I'll meet you at 4:20. So that's how that came about. And then they called themselves actually affectionately named the Waldos because they sat up against a wall every time they smoked. So, you know, they were the Waldos. Very cute name. So the original Waldos were Steve Capper, Dave Reddix, Jeffrey Knoll, Larry Schwartz, and Mark Gravich. Salute to the OGs back there. But these guys weren't playing a game of, you know, puff, puff, pass, and go home. No, they were in it for the long haul here. As they were getting elevated, they were known to hop in their 66 Chevy and go on high adventures they call Waldo safaris. Probably the most famous one, the one that got them going, was the treasure hunt for the lost field of weed. And it sounds like a stoner movie, but no, it was really happened. So Waldo Steve, he got a hold of a treasure map that was given to him by a friend who had a brother who was in the Coast Guard, and he was secretly growing weed out in the woods somewhere. But he thought his commanding officer was going to bust him, so he gave the map to his buddy, his little brother, said, if you and your friends can find the field, you can harvest it. I'm not going near it. So the Waldos got a hold of this map. They're lighting up, and they're off on the hunt for this lost patch of cannabis. It looks like they never found it, which is kind of sad, but it's a good story. It sounds like fun. They got on all other kinds of hijinks and all that. But later, years later, Dave's brother, who was good friends with the Grateful Dead bassist, Phil Lesh, hooked him up with a job as a roadie with one of his other bands. And as he's going around, he's dropping that 420 knowledge, you know, getting him hooked on it. And the bands and all the roadies and everybody, they're picking it up. So 420 starts getting spread around in Deadhead communities. And by the 90s, Deadheads are embracing it. They're flying under this 420 flag. They even made this flyer that went out that said, smoke 420 on April 20th at 4:20 p.m., you know, trying to get everybody to smoke together. And High Times magazine actually picked the flyer up and they ran with it. They published it. They started using 420 monikers and names and lingo. And by the late 90s, everybody across the world, it was a phenomenon. They were even doing little periodical pieces on the originators of 420s, the Waldos themselves appeared in High Times at that. So that's how 420 came to be, as you know it today, and why we all celebrate it.